what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Smart Minds, Good Times. Today I have special guest, Irv. He's a painter. Say what's up.
What's going on, everybody?
How's your day going?
Everything's cool, man.
Yeah?
Can't complain.
Just, so, this was the one question I had in my mind that I didn't know. Do you paint for a living or do you have a job?
I paint. It's like a half and half. So
Okay.
I say that the painting is my full-time and the job that I work is my part-time. So I drive and work for a moving company.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm like, even when I'm on the road working with the moving company, I'm painting when I get to hotels and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, so you're on the move?
Mm-hmm.
It's like out of state or just
it's state to state. I done been everywhere, literally every state except for like South Dakota.
So you just take your art supplies and everything with you?
Mm-hmm. I'll probably take like 2 canvas, a bag full, like a small book bag full of paint. So once I, check out for the day, get to the hotel, I start painting.
Yeah, that's that grind though. That's what you got to do, right?
For real though.
You
got to stay consistent.
I do this with everybody before we get into like painting and everything. I asked a little bit about the background, So, where you from? You here from Richmond? Or?
Yeah, I'm from here, right in the city.
Yeah,
right in the heart of Richmond. Yes, sir.
Born and raised.
Yep, born and raised.
What was it like growing up?
It was cool. I mean, I guess are you from Richmond?
No, I'm from Northern Virginia.
Okay, what part?
Woodbridge.
Okay, so it's a little different.
Yeah, it is.
It's a little different. I don't know, man. I guess it's just like a standard upbringing.
Yeah.
Like anybody else. Yeah, it was nothing like spectacular or extraordinary.
Yeah. What about when you was in school? Were you always like that creative kid? Like.
Oh, no. Actually, sports was like my main thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, like art was kind of like anybody else. Like you had it as an elective in school. It was never like a full passion until like I was done playing sports. Like while I was in school, sports was my main focus.
You were never like in class just doodling off?
No. Literally. It was like the art thing just kind of happened. It was like a transition from sports into something else that I wanted to do. So
you played sports all up to high school?
Mm-hmm. So I started like organized sports in middle school, but then I played football all through high school. Got to college, played football at Norfolk State and Johnson C. Smith. And then after that, that's when.
Is football something you wanted to pursue like professionally or?
Yeah, I feel like that's every kid's dream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To make it to the league. But once you get to college, life starts happening. You start realizing that, the chances of getting to the league I was at Norfolk State. So at that time, it wasn't too many eyes on HBCUs or smaller schools. So at that point, you kind of flush that dream and see what's plan B.
And how quick was that transition from football to art?
Art, I'll say maybe 2 years, 2-3 years. I didn't immediately go. After I stopped playing, I came home and I was actually a salesman. I was selling vacations.
You were selling vacations?
I was selling vacations.
So would you book and plan them or?
Nope. You know how the timeshares work?
No.
No. All right. So I was kind of cold selling. So I was working inside of Bass Pro Shops.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was just catching people shopping and just pitching them a quick vacation. But it was like a turnover into timeshares. But I wasn't directly selling the timeshare. I would sell a small weekend vacation. Okay.
Is that when you go to the mall, you see the flyers that say free cruises? Is it something like that?
Yep, exactly like that.
Is that how they get you in?
Yep. So I would actually, when I first started, I would actually hand people those slips.
Yeah.
So I'll walk up to you, hand it to you. Once you reach it or grab for it, I'll bring you back to the table and I'll pitch you a vacation. But the more and more experience you get, you don't need the paper anymore. You just pitch the vacation. But that's exactly what it is.
So whenever you see the papers and they say free vacation or this so-and-so off, there's a catch to it, right?
Yeah, the catch with the timeshares is whenever you get to your destination, whatever city that you choose, you have to sit in one of those timeshare meetings.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's they say 2 hours, but they'll hold you there for 6-7 hours.
So
it takes forever.
So their way of it being free is is that the way to get the chance to advertise? Or?
Yeah, so their hope is they said 1 in every 3 people would actually sign up for a timeshare. Okay. So their hope is when you get there, you take those 2 hours to listen to their actual timeshare reps. They pitch you the dream of having a timeshare, which I don't recommend nobody doing.
What is a timeshare like? Is it a?
So it's basically memberships for vacations.
Okay. Okay.
But if you don't have a premium, you have blackout days. So it's days that you want to go, you can't go for certain members. So I wasn't directly selling the timeshares. I was just doing the front end. So the small vacation packages. So I would always advise people not to actually go
Okay,
and
okay.
purchase the timeshare. Just come back and
So
get
you
a
did that for
vacation.
about 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, I did that for about 2 or 3 years, and then once it was around like 2020, like right when COVID hit,
Oh,
everything
okay.
started slowing down, and that's when I started picking up the painting.
Is it because you had like a lot of time at home?
Yeah, and I had like small paintings around the house. I did like a painting sip, so I had like just little canvas like that, and somebody was telling me like, you should sell these. It was a hat actually. I painted a hat. They was telling me to sell them. I didn't think anybody would buy them. And he posted it on his Instagram page, and somebody like reached out to purchase it. So I was like, all right.
I have like 15 of these fitteds, like 15, 16. So I was going through your page and I saw the hats. I was like, yo, that's fire.
Yeah, let me know. Look, I
Yeah.
got one on now. Yeah, let me know.
I don't have my logo on the background, but since I always wear a hat backwards, like
Put it right on the back.
right here, like maybe like a logo or something. That would be fire.
Yeah, no, I could do that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put the eyes right on the side too, so I gotta
That
throw
would
my
be fire.
brand. Yeah, I gotta throw my brand on
Yeah,
it too.
no, I always throw like do I have a patch on here this side or
Nope, it's on the other side.
okay? So like right, you could do like your logo here.
And yours right on the back.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
Customize the brim. I get you right.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
that would be fire.
Just let me know. Whatever hats you need, just pass them to me.
This is like my main hat, so like this is the one I wear like all the time.
Let me get it.
Yeah, that'd be fire. I can give it to you after the episode.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I'll paint it for you. Just let me know what colors you want. If you want like anything special on it, and I get you right.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yes,
That'd be
sir.
fire.
Yes, sir.
What size shirt do you wear?
Large.
Large. We have 5 shirts left. I'll hook you up with a shirt after.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But so you said it started during COVID, right? When you were at home.
Mm-hmm.
Like, was it like a thing that happened right away, or like just started as a hobby?
It was a hobby. It started
Okay.
as a hobby. Like I said, just painting, like no real general idea of like what I wanted to paint. No direction. I was just painting just because. And like I said, once I sold that first hat, I was like, all right, let me dig a little deeper into this. And I started painting like familiar figures, like cartoons that everybody would know, just because I knew people would, react to it.
Yeah.
But once I started gaining like interest in the paintings that I was doing, I developed like my own style, and then that's when I came up with the eyes for the brand and developed a whole brand and took it like a different direction and made it like this is something that I actually want to pursue.
Yeah. Was it something like people were like constantly like inquiring about, or was it you just making and keeping stock, or how did that go?
So at first it was just like people inquiring. They'll see something. Like I said, I was doing like familiar figures, so people would see like their favorite cartoon or just something like in general that's going on. But I think it was a thing of not a lot of people that I know paint. So once they see me doing it, it's like that's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Let me support it. And once I transitioned and created like my own brand, then I started getting people hitting me up for like custom orders and stuff like that.
Yeah, because how does like an inquiry process go? Does somebody can I just text you like, hey, I want a canvas about this size. Can you do this and that? And you just say, yeah, sure, and you shoot them a price, or how does that go?
Yep. So what I'll do is I always tell people that I stay away from portraits. I'll do anything except for portraits.
Like someone like a picture of themselves? Okay.
And if I did, I would take your general picture and throw my flair on it and do it in my style. So so how I would always recommend people if they're gonna like inquire a piece is I would say let me know what size, just throw me what colors, and then give me like 4 or 5 key points that you want on the painting.
Okay.
Everything else just let me run wild with my imagination, and then you're either gonna like it or love it.
That way, you do that so they won't get disappointed by trying to get an exact portrait of them, and you just throw your own sauce on top?
I think it started with like when I first started doing art shows, and I started seeing other people portraits of like celebrities and stuff, and I'm like, just having a nose a little bit off or an eye a little bit off, something throws that whole picture off, and I'd rather not go down that lane.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Especially, I don't know what it is, but like doing paintings like that could get you clowned on social media and give you a bad rep.
For sure.
Have you seen the murals of like Kobe Bryant and like other rappers and stuff like that, and then they throw shade on them?
Exactly, and that's like Kobe, Nipsey Hussle, and like who else?
I think they did one for Pop Smoke that was pretty bad
Pop
too.
Smoke.
Yeah.
Those like for me, like every art show that I go to, you'll see those 3. But they never look the same. Like I said, it's something that's always off. So I'd rather just not fall down that lane. And then like the way that I create art is more of like a controlled abstract style. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm not too artistic, so like
okay, so like you know how you'll see somebody staring at a painting and it just look like a bunch of stuff everywhere. But if you stare at it long enough, you see that it's an actual like figure.
Yeah.
I'm somewhere in between both of those.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's abstract, but it has direction. It's not too abstract that you don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
Is that... Okay, so, like, one of the big painters I know, because in our class in middle school, I always heard about him. Would you say, like, your painting's a little bit like Keith Harrington? Is it Keith Harrington? Or?
Yeah. You know what? I actually... The first time I heard of him, like, the way that I was doing the backgrounds of my paintings, people kept telling me that it was, like, a similar... Yeah. Not the whole style, but just like the background portion, or like small pieces in my paintings was similar to that. So yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, because you know, I was going through your page and I saw like, I guess I kind of picked up on a pattern. Like you would, it's almost like a series. Like maybe for a bit you'll do this style of paintings, and you do like 4 or 5 that are like the same style. Then do like the sports, and then do like this, and then the hats. Like, how do you like? Do you just transition from like, what do you call it? Do you call it a series or like?
It's crazy that you picked up on that. It's actually like I only did it that way so that because you know on Instagram you get 3 pictures in a row. Yeah. So what I would do is I would pick a color scheme, and then I would just do those 3 paintings, and then the next 3 would be a different. So I guess it's a series, but it's really just I paint in 3s. You know what I'm saying? So like. Every time I pick up a color scheme, I'll just do 3 paintings in that style. I either do like the eyes, maybe a bigger piece where like I said, just that abstract kind of style, and then something that complements to both of them, just to try to encourage people to buy them all as a set. But
yeah. So you make your own paintings that you personally sell, and you also have like custom inquiries, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I do both.
What do you mainly do more?
I'd rather just do my own style. I really try to stay away from like commission pieces. But if I'm having like a creative block or something like that, then I'll, what commission pieces do anybody want something just to get like the ball rolling? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody always has an idea of what they want, and just getting started on that can maybe spark something in my brain and get me going on my own wave again. So I would prefer to just do my own style and let people pick and choose from that, but I'll do commissions as well.
So, like, how many paintings do you think you've done? Rough estimate. You think you've done, like, easily 1,000?
I wouldn't say 1,000. I'll say for sure over, like, 300 to 400.
Okay. And, like, how long do you think a painting takes average? Like,
it depends.
I know some are easier, right?
Yeah, it depends. Like, the ones that you've seen, when you said that's like a series, those ones I can kind of knock out because it's like muscle memory.
Really? But they're so detailed. Like, and I don't know. I saw one thing that I was picking up on, like maybe the background. There's like a lot of line. I guess you could call them lines. Mm-hmm. It's like, how do you like?
It's layered. Yeah. So that's why I was saying like it's controlled abstract. So like when you look at it, it look like a lot going on, but it starts with a base image. So like I'll take one base image, and I'll take as many ideas in my head that like correlates with that image, so it becomes easier. It's like once I get that down, like everything that goes around it, it's just something that like I said, it just goes along with that main piece. And then once I get maybe like 5 or 6 figures on the painting, that's when I just go. I just stop thinking and I just start painting. So like everything after the main figures that you see is just like that creative process just going.
So like since you've done so many paintings, when you're talking about creative block, do you what is there a time like you just like, damn, like I have no ideas, or how do I?
Yeah. And like with that, how I've like learned to like, I guess kind of defeat the creative's block is whenever I can't think of any like huge paintings to do or like something super detailed, I'll just do my eyes. I'll just do like branding pieces in different colors. To just start going, and then eventually some will spark. And even if it takes like a week, I have 5, 10 different eyes, or however many different eyes that I've done in that time frame. So,
do you ever like walk out, go for a walk, or take a ride outside, and then maybe see something that gives you an idea for a painting?
It's music. Yeah. Music for the most part like drives the inspiration for a majority of the paintings. Honestly, it could be like, I'm just going for a run or working out or something, I'm listening to a song. It could be one line in a song that'll spark like 6 paintings.
You know, that makes sense because, like, in like the music is like artistic wordplay, so that could give you like that artistic like idea on your paintings.
And like the best part about it is I can take a line from a song and make a painting, and you wouldn't, even if I told you the exact line, you wouldn't be able to piece it. Like you'll have to sit and look at the painting. Like how did you get this from that line?
But you make it like correlate, right?
Okay, like it could literally be like, let's say the line was like Starburst in a bowl in front of me on a podcast.
Yeah.
The painting won't look like this. But when I tell you that and you looking at the picture, you'll have to like stare into like the background and the line work and the words that's on it. Then it'll correlate. But just looking at it, you wouldn't like think that it came from that line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, I saw seeing your paintings on the art page. I saw like you did you don't just paint canvases. So you said you paint hats, but you also painted like a whole wall, right?
Yep, that was at an Airbnb.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah. How often was that the first time?
Yeah, that was the first time I did that. If you got an Airbnb and you need your walls painted, hit me up.
I'll leave the link in the bio to your page.
Yeah, no, that was cool. That was definitely cool. We did the what we do? We did the wall in the Airbnb, and we did the bed frame in the Airbnb as well.
Was that like a lot of pressure? Cause like that's so. Let's just say if you had messed up, can you get that paint off or?
Yeah, you can go over it. You can like, it was all black and white. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so it was easier to like, if there was a mistake, I can just go over top of it, or like thicken the lines or something like that. Like it was really just abstract line work. So it wasn't like too detailed to like for me to mess up, I guess.
Did they give you like a specific thing they wanted, or did you throw your spin on it?
No, it was like they had like a general idea. It was a general idea, and I just kind of went with the flow. I just did my own kind of it was like the image that you seen, just the line work. That was the base image. And I just kind of did the lines a different way.
Were you not like nervous or?
No, actually, the bigger the canvas or like the wall, I feel like it's easier.
Really?
It's the smaller canvas that gives me the most trouble, because I don't actually know why. I just feel like a bigger canvas, I have more room to work. So I have, like, even if a line is a little off, it's so big you wouldn't be able to tell unless you got directly on it. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to do a lot more walls. Like I want to get into spray painting. Yeah. And doing like murals. Yeah.
You know, have you heard of a company in Richmond called, I think it's called H.J. Holtz & Son? So I think that's what their whole like company is that they like they work as in like going to people's houses doing custom paintings or things like that.
Bro,
yeah,
I never heard of it.
Is that something you would ever consider doing?
Yeah, like if it's like how I did the wall.
Yeah, like that's mainly. What, I guess they do other things too, but like my sister works there, but she does like my sister paints and stuff like that. She's big into like the custom painting, but she works there like I guess like with the employees and stuff.
Okay.
But she was telling me how like they go around like houses and like somebody needs like that wall with a certain painting, they go and do it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I would definitely do that 100%.
You know, like I mean, it's like I don't mean to get your like business out there, but like roughly how much would you charge to do like a wall if you feel comfortable sharing? Is it like an hourly thing, or is it like how difficult it would be?
I guess I don't know, because I don't want to like
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've never like actually dove that deep into that world. I would get like some reference from other artists that done murals and stuff. Yeah. But I guess it would have to go off like how much detail and how big the wall is. And of course how much time it takes. So I don't know. I can't really throw a rough estimate out there for that one.
What do you think? What do you think has been like that one painting that was like it took me like a week, a month, or like? Do you ever go like really long detailed pictures?
Yeah, I had maybe 2 or 3 pieces that took me a while. And those, like, honestly, those are the paintings that when somebody buys it, it's like you appreciate them more than they appreciate the art.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I sat and took my time. I like was really detailed. I did research on this subject and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Like I did one on it was called like the Mercy Tribe. And it took me a while doing that one. Like
what was like the idea behind it?
I was doing black and white paintings at the time. And I just came across, it was like an African tribe where like, You ever seen the one where they have like the plates in their lips and everybody running around with like AK-47? Look it up.
Is it? Wait, is it like they have like the thing in their?
It's a plate.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So like I somehow fell down a rabbit hole of looking up this tribe, and I probably watched videos and documentaries on it for like 2 or 3 days, and then it took me like, I don't even know, like a week, 2 weeks to finish the painting. Yeah, it took a while. Like it was one of the paintings that I was like, I would keep this for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I would take it to shows to sell, but I was like, I kind of want to keep it. So when I finally sold it, I was like,
you brought it up earlier, the art shows. Like, is that something like you go and like bring your art to, or do you go like just out of your liking? Or
yeah, no. So you take art. Like the last art show, I just did one in DC like a week or two ago. And there I had a 12-foot space, so I took like, I don't know, like 30, 40 paintings or something like that. Yeah, and you just set them up. It'd be, I think that the show that I did is called the Black Boy Art Show. If any black men artists, if you're looking for an art show, definitely get into the Black Boy Art Show. They're like expanding every year.
It's a yearly thing? Yeah,
so they actually do different cities. So it started with like 4 cities. Now they're like 12. Like, I can imagine next year there'll probably be like 25 different cities.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like 40, 50 different artists depending on, how big the space is, and you just take your paintings there and sell them.
So people come in, like, is it like a, not auction, but people just come, buy, sell?
So like the artists will come, everybody comes, set up.
Yeah.
Everybody have their like designated spots. And then once they open the door to the public, they might have music playing. Sometimes they'll have a bar for entertainment and stuff like that. And people just walk around admiring the art. Some people buy, some people, just take a card. If they like your style, they'll hit you with the, I'm gonna hit you up for a commission piece later on.
You said earlier, what is a commission piece?
Just like how you were saying, like when somebody inquire a piece. Okay. So like if you like, a lot of times people will come, they'll see the style, and they'll be like, I like your style, but I want something like this.
Okay.
But I still want your style, but I want this as like the main picture kind of.
Okay.
So.
When you go to art shows, like, do you go in with that deal like, I'm here to sell, or you more like, I'm here to, get an idea of other artists, or like?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely just going to sell. I like to get I'm not easily impressed by artwork. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, for me, I need you to have like your own signature style. Like, I'm not moved by people who have like we were saying, like the Pop Smokes, the Nipsey Hussle, the Kobe's.
Yeah.
Like, everybody can do that. I need to, when I look at your booth, I need to see like you have your own lane. Like, if I see this again later down the road, I know exactly who painted it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll do a lap or two once everybody's set up.
Yeah.
Just to kind of see like who's in that lane. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might network and, exchange info with people, and just to keep in touch, because other people have, it's hundreds of art shows that go on. So the next man might know 10 more shows that you've never heard of. So it's like a networking thing. And like, for the most part, everybody in the art world is kind of, it's not like a overly competitive space. Like, everybody kind of supports each other. So.
Yeah, because it's like, at the end of the day, they're in the same space, but it's not, everybody has like their own audience or customers, because different customers like different things.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Have you made any friends, like, since starting painting that, like, that are actual friends and they do their own thing, they're just as good as you?
Yeah, like, there's a lot of people. For like, here in Richmond, it's a girl that paints Paris. She go by P Lux. Like, she was one of the first people that like reached out to me in the art world, and she looks out a lot. She told me about a lot of like art shows, different opportunities, like things that people hit her up about that she couldn't handle at the time. She'll pass them off to me. So like, I give her a lot of credit for like jump starting my like art, I guess, career early in the start. You know what I'm saying? And then I met a lot of people like out in DC. For the most part, like all the artists that I'm like in constant communication with, I met in DC.
Okay. Is DC just like a bigger, like, it's like a bigger city, you could say? It's like there's more going on?
Yeah. As far as like, from my experience, yeah. Like the few shows that I've done there have all been success. And then even like in DC, As long as you're not blocking somebody's front door, you can set up your art anywhere and sell it.
Really?
Yeah. So like I've been up there, you know, the African American History Museum.
Yeah.
I've sat literally right outside the museum and sold art.
They don't consider that. Would that like in other places? Would that be considered soliciting?
Yeah, but like I said, in DC, they don't care. Like as long as you're not in front of somebody's front door, you're good. So
that's good. That like because if you could find an opportunity, it's not even finding. You're creating opportunity. Some people won't even go out there and do that.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's like it's no guarantee that somebody's gonna stop. There's no guarantee that they're gonna like your work. Like it's definitely running a big risk doing that. But I feel like the exposure is better than nothing. Like even if I pass you a card, if you don't like it, you may pass it to the next person.
Yeah.
And then like my cards, you can scan the QR code on the back and it takes you right to my art page. So like,
is it like a dot card?
Not really.
Okay.
But similar. You know what I'm saying?
Like when you since you like do paintings for people that hit you up personally, art shows, and like you said, going outside and putting it up there, like where would you say you get most of your customers from?
Art shows.
Yeah, art shows.
Yeah, majority of them, if they don't purchase something there, like I said, they follow the Instagram page and they just see me posting every day, or like I said, they might like the style and hit me up for something. So majority of the clientele definitely comes from like networking and art shows.
Yeah. Do you stay busy, or is there ever like times where like, damn, I don't have a painting right now?
Yeah. You talk about like I don't have paintings in stock?
As in like I mean, as in like, is there times where you don't really, let's say you go like a month, I didn't sell anything, or no one really inquired anything, or is it constantly busy?
Yeah, no, it's definitely ups and downs. Like it's one of those journeys that's like you have to be committed to it. You know what I'm saying? Like anything else, you gonna have your ups and downs. But in those times when you like down is when you have to go and create an opportunity. That might be the time you need to go outside, or you need to be on Instagram posting back to back to back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? To like create clientele. Because I always say like the more you see it, eventually you're gonna like something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I relate to that because like we ran into like a little roadblock with the podcast. I think not even a month ago, where we couldn't really get people on. So I was really thinking about going to the mall, talking to people, going outside, talking to people. But then it's like everything picked up. Where now we're booked for a month.
I seen that.
So,
I seen you
like,
post like
yeah.
I thought you said 2 months.
No,
Or is it? Oh, I thought it was 2.
It's for a month.
Okay.
And it's like I understand that, like you said, there's like times where when the downtime, that's when you create opportunity. That makes sense.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to, because it's like, again, nothing's given.
Yeah.
Hundreds and thousands of people paint. So it's not like I'm the only person people are looking for to paint. So if there's ever, like I said, if there's ever a time where I'm like, all right, nothing's going on, I might go to like Bird Park or like down in Carytown. I started doing that. You can just set up outside the gate in Carytown and have your paintings out there. So just getting it in people's eyes is like.
Would you say painting is like you know how like anything else, business or music, there could be 1 million people making music, but if there's only 100,000 people marketing it, even though there's better painters that are marketing it, then they'll get all the recognition?
100%. 100%. Yeah. I ain't want to. Yeah.
Okay, so like, do you do like a lot of marketing, or is it just like it's like a food chain where like a customer recommends you and you network?
It's kind of both. Like I wasn't doing the reels on Instagram as much. So like that kind of helped gain traction on the page because the reels reach out to an audience that's not following you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's like word of mouth or just me hand to hand giving out cards. Like, just like I said, I'm on the road a lot.
Yeah.
So like I'll be out of state and I'll take like a book bag full of cards and I'm just handing them out to different people in different states. And I always wear like my merch so people will see it.
Is that like hand painted?
Yeah, this hand painted.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep. So like,
it's like have you ever like shipped a painting like through the mail?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever worry like they'll get like messed up on the way?
Yeah.
There?
So I had one. I did one for somebody, and it never made it.
Really?
Yeah, like it never made it.
What happens in that situation?
So for me, I don't like recreating the painting. Like if I've done it, I don't feel like I can like replicate it in that exact same way. And if it's slightly off, I won't like it. And if I don't like it, I probably wouldn't sell it.
Okay.
So in that case, you just have to like, what do you see on the page that you like? You know what I'm saying? Or do you want something else? Or like throw like a little gift. But to this day, I have no idea what happened to that painting. Like I went to where I shipped it.
Yeah.
No return.
No insurance on it either in a way?
No. It was like when I first started, so I was just kind of, getting my feet wet.
Yeah. It's like, you know, what was I going to ask? It was along the lines of that. Oh, yeah. Has there ever been, like, a time where, like, someone, like, they've done bad business, like, maybe they don't pay you or maybe, like,
No. No, because I feel like it's one of those things where, like, if it's being shipped, you're paying before I ship it.
Yeah.
And if it's hand to hand, there's no way you can get away from me without giving me my money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I haven't ran across that one yet. Hopefully I don't, you know what I'm saying? Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely bad business out here. But, yeah, no, I haven't came across
in that case scenario, like, even though it wasn't your fault it got lost and it wasn't the customer's fault that it got lost, is there, like, you say, like, hey, I'll give you this back, or just let me know what, like, or you just don't, you just give them another painting? Or
yeah, so I just hit them up like, hey, I'm not recreating it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be straightforward with you. But if you see something else on the page that you like or you want something else, I got you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'll look out for you. But, yeah, I tend to not recreate anything.
Yeah. Have you ever made, like, a painting for, like, you could say, like, a celebrity or somebody really well-known?
Yeah, the painting that I was talking about, it was he plays for the Rams now. He was like,
Rams?
Yeah, one of my old college teammates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, like, other than that, who? Anybody? Not that I can think of. Yeah, but that's funny you asked that, because that was exactly the person that.
Okay, yeah, because like, I know, like, with paintings, it's like, it takes like that one person, like, oh damn, he really reached out to me, or like, it's like, I don't know, that's.
Yeah, so that's, and like, I've been watching like other artists recently, just to see like what process are other people taking, and a lot of people do reach out to artists, but like, I don't necessarily want to paint you. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people will do a portrait of somebody and DM them and want to get it to them. Like, you know what you look like. You probably got 50 different paintings of somebody painting you. I don't want to do that. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll go down that lane. Maybe not.
Yeah, I asked you earlier. I said, what was like the longest painting that it took for you to do? Was that also your favorite painting, or like what's like your favorite painting you've done so far?
I've done so many. I probably couldn't put my finger on like my favorite painting. I can give you like 5 maybe that I like, but the one that I was telling you about the Mercy Tribe, that's definitely up there in that top 5 because it was so thoughtful.
Yeah.
I'll have to show you.
Yeah.
I'll have to show you. Yeah, I'll have to show you.
I saw you brought a painting with you. Is that something you want to show on camera?
Yeah, for sure. So it's actually right here?
Yeah. Yeah, that's in the shot. Yeah.
All right, cool. So actually, I'm going to be doing a series like "Are You Better Than Irv?"
Okay.
So this is going to be the first painting. All right. So the series is going to be. I personally don't think anybody can beat me in anything.
Okay, that's how it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do like a bunch of different activities. So the first activity I'm gonna do is bowling.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put it up. I don't know exactly when I'm gonna start it, but I'm gonna market it on my main page and my art page just to gain more traction. And we're gonna go bowling. If you beat me bowling, you'll get the painting for free.
And if not,
get on my face. Get ready for the next person to come challenge me.
Or it wouldn't be like if not, like they buy a painting off you, or
no, I don't. Yeah, no.
Okay.
If not, you just lose on camera. It's gonna be recorded.
Oh,
it's gonna be
it's
gonna be like a whole series. Like I'm gonna have it recorded.
That's smart marketing too.
Exactly.
It gets people engaged in person, but it's also like I'm sure they'll go tell their friends, family, and be like, there's a painter, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yes, sir.
Like, I don't think I've seen somebody else like really do it like that.
Exactly. So I'm glad I got to like drop that here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, this is like all the paintings are kind of gonna be like this, just in different colors. And the herb's gonna stand for everyone remembers victory. If you can beat me again,
okay,
I'll sell it to. Well, I'll give it to you for free, but I don't see nobody beat me.
Oh, that's why. How long do you think that painting took you to do?
That one. So that's one of the ones that I said it's like muscle memory. Like I can just like if you gave me a canvas right now, I can get it done before I leave.
Yeah.
Type. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So maybe like an hour and a half, something like that.
It's like I'm not really too big into painting, but it's like Is there? I know like painting brushes, paints are very specific, particular.
Yeah. So
What do you think is like the best brand of paints or like different style of brushes?
I'm not the person to ask that question.
Really?
So yeah, like the paint and the brushes that I use, I guess it's not what like people would recommend. Like I was with a couple of like I guess my artist friends, and like they were all spray painting, and I pulled my paint out to start painting, and they would like, "This what you using? Like you using this paint to create these paintings? Like all of these paintings is from this paint?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Is there like a? Is there like?
It's levels.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's levels to it, and apparently what I'm using is not like the level that people recommend. So,
cause yeah, I know it's like my sister does painting, so she'll tell me and stuff like that. But it's like there's so many little like particular details when it comes to it. Even to like the quality of the canvases used, right?
Mm-hmm. Like again, I'm still learning, but I had just ran into like I didn't know that people were actually like stretching their own canvas. So yeah, like people would paint, I guess, the canvas portion of it, but there's no frame on the background. Like there's no frame to it, so it's just the canvas. So they can roll it up and give it to you if you can frame it yourself, or you can get it like framed. Like it's a lot going on in the art world that I haven't really. Yeah, me either. Like I haven't like dipped into it yet. Like I don't know if I'll go like that far because. Again, like what I'm doing, it works.
Yeah.
I'd rather just buy a canvas that I can paint on instead of like stretching it. But if I wanted like a certain shape canvas or something like that, then I can dip into that lane. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of different avenues in the paint world.
You know, since you do like so many paintings, at this point do you have like a plug for canvases, or you just keep buying at the stores?
Yeah, I keep buying at the stores.
Okay.
I like Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like. They're always on sale for one.
Okay.
But it's like, that's just the store that I started in.
Yeah.
I'm like, if it's not broke, you know what I'm saying?
Just, don't need to fix it, right?
No need at all.
Is there ever times where like, did inflation hit the canvases too?
No.
Really?
That's what I'm saying. Like Hobby Lobby, that's my store. Hobby Lobby, if not Hobby Lobbies, it's a store in like Norfolk called Jerry's Autorama.
Okay.
That's like I guess that would be a store if you wanted like high end. You would go in there and get your paint, your brushes, your canvas. You can get canvas wrapped in there, that kind of stuff. And then like if neither one of those, then I'll go in Michael's. I don't know what I got against Michael's, but like that's like last resort.
Okay. You know, I grew up by Michael's. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess because I started in Hobby Lobby and they like competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael's like last resort.
You know, a quick question out of curiosity: would you ever like consider like when you're older? Like teaching painting, maybe teaching other artists, teaching kids at school or something?
Yeah, like I actually had an opportunity to. It wasn't necessarily teaching. It was like a kind of like a paint and sip concept, but just like a paint class for the kids. I wouldn't necessarily like try to teach someone how to paint because my style is just is free. You know what I'm saying? So like all I could do is walk in there and be like, be creative. You know what I'm saying? Like just let your mind flow. Like I wouldn't really know exactly
how to teach it.
Yeah,
that makes sense. No, yeah, because it's art. You can't really teach art.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you can if you're gonna like abide by the like social norms or like the
curriculum.
Like the guideline for art, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be hard for me to teach you how to do it.
Have you ever seen somebody maybe try to like copy your style? Like you'll see a painting like, damn, he probably got that from me.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Like and I don't see nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying?
They don't give you credit?
No, nobody's gonna get. Well, I ran into a guy at an art show in Charlotte. As I was setting up, he's like he's seen the eyes because like I put the eyes on everything. Like it's on every single canvas. He's like, I heard him talking to his friend. He's like, I know those eyes. I know those eyes. Then I turned to him. He was like, yo, I seen these eyes before. Like I put them on one of my canvas too. I'm like, word. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I guess because he was open about it and just let me know. I was like, nah, that's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's fire, right?
Yeah, and I was with like one of my homeboys, and he was like, yo, what? You know what I'm saying? He was like, he took it the whole opposite way. I'm like, I enjoy it. Like, if he's seeing my art, that means that my art is like, it's inspirational. It's inspiring people to at least want to copy it. And then I had someone else hit me up and ask me like, you know, can I use those eyes and put them in on my canvas. And I'm like, I take it as a sign of like respect. I guess.
Don't you think that's also like marketing in itself? Because they'll share it to their fan base, their customers, and maybe when they come across your paintings, they'll be like, "Oh, I've seen those eyes before. That's where it came from." You know
right. I would just hope that it's not they see it on their platform.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, he's copying their stuff."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like at first, this was like my main logo, and I didn't know that Cause, like, it's an artist. You ever heard of,
I know Cause.
I didn't know that was his logo.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of branched off and got into my own eyes. Like, I didn't want to be like, I'm copying him.
I was gonna ask you where the eyes came from, but that makes sense because the 2X eyes does come from Cause.
Exactly, and I didn't know. Like, I had no idea until it was too late. I had like 10 hoodies, sweatsuits.
Would you ever be like Cause? Because Cause does like Jordan shoes, clothes, hats.
Yeah, for
everything.
sure. Like, it was after I ran into that first. Well, not the first, probably like the third or fourth person telling me that I had on the Cause hoodie. I'm like, let me look into who is Cause. And I seen, like you said, the same thing. He got like the action figures. There's a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it kind of helped me with my branding. I'm like, all right.
And the way he goes about it makes it like, it's so popular. He could charge so much for it. People resell it. They want to collect it.
Exactly.
What do you think makes people want to collect a certain artist's things?
I think that comes just from you buying into the artist.
Okay.
It's not so like at a certain point it goes away from the artwork and just gets into the artist. You know what I'm saying? Because like if I just put 2 X's on like a doll or like an action figure or something, and I say it's Cause, people go crazy over it, and it could just be something from Walmart that I just painted 2 X's over. You know what I'm saying? But if they think that's the artist, you kind of bind into it. That artist's creativity at that point.
So at that point is like branding and selling a perception?
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's like how you were saying, would I do it the same way as Cause? That's kind of the way.
With those eyes?
With the eyes. I put it on literally everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like all my hats, all my hoodies, jeans.
Can I see the hat?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, yeah, I see the eyes. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Then I still put the other logo on the
that's
other
fire.
side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, it's getting to the point now where people see the eyes and they know exactly
that is
Erv. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So slowly but surely getting to where I want to be.
Yeah. How long do you think it'll take you to be where you want to be?
I can't really say that I can put a time frame on it. It's just a matter of how much work I put in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm pedal to the floor and I'm going, it's like, it feel like it can happen tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But when I take a seat, like take the back seat and I'm just chilling or processing stuff, it seems like it's going to take forever. So it's like, it's all a matter of like how much work I put in.
Yeah. You know, it's like, has there ever been like a certain experience that happened that was really meaningful to you that wouldn't have happened if you didn't start painting? Maybe the way you impacted somebody or a certain painting. It could be anything.
Yeah, I would say, like connections, like meeting people. Like the last maybe like 40, 50 people that I've met, I would have never met if I wasn't painting. And then those opportunities, like, they lead to much more things. Like if I wasn't painting, I wouldn't have met. It's a guy who owns like a creative space on Broad Street.
Okay.
It's called The Center. Like, you're doing anything on Friday?
Which Friday?
This Friday.
I have a recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say come out to the first Friday, but he started like a creative space. If I wasn't painting, I would have never ran into him. He put my paintings in the space and made like a gallery when he first opened.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So is that like a pop up or?
No, it's a creative space. So he has like a lot of people shoot music videos. You do photo shoots. You can do drops. It's a storefront. It's a recording studio. You could have did your podcast in there. It's a tattoo space. It's a bunch of stuff going on in there.
Wait, is it Center C, but without CNTR?
Yeah, I see you follow him.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Now I know what you're talking about. Now,
so like, if I wasn't painting, I would have never ran into him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If I didn't run into him, I would have never seen the space. With the space, he has like his event space. I want to host like painting sips and puffing paints.
Okay.
I would have never actually went down the lane of actually pursuing that if I wouldn't have started painting. Like, I would have never did it.
So this Friday, are they hosting like an event? People
so the first Friday of every month, like on Broad Street, is like an arts district.
Okay.
So like every gallery out there, they do like a first Friday. It's like a big celebration where like they showcase a bunch of different artists. It's like live music, food trucks. There's a bunch of stuff going on in the art district. But at the center, because it's like it doubles as like a music space, he have like live performers come out, vendors. It's a bunch. It's a lot. Like if you can on the first Friday of any month, make your way to like Broad Street.
What time do you think it's about?
I think it starts at 6.
Okay.
I think it starts at 6. But like I said, it's like the whole block. Like,
damn.
Yeah, you can go in any gallery up and down the street and something's going on.
You know, do you live around here? Or do you live towards more Richmond or?
Yeah, I'm on the east end.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like right by the city of Richmond.
Okay, you know, with this podcast, I've been more in tune with like actual Richmond culture.
Okay.
So like I wouldn't have known about that if you hadn't had told me. So it's like a lot of people we bring on are like really, really Richmond, not like Chesterfield side.
Right.
So it's like I do have to like be more, you can say hip or with the culture.
Yeah, no, it's like, definitely like you should make your way to Richmond. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's a lot more going on. Like even still, like I didn't know that First Friday was a thing. Again, that's another one of those things. If I wasn't painting, I would have never known about it. And it happens literally every month. The first Friday of every month. I never knew.
I'll check it out. I'll you know, next Friday of December, like the Friday of December, I'll save that day. I'll go out there
for sure.
And I might even see you out there
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
like, yeah, because you'll run into a lot of creatives too. Like if you're just looking for people to bring on to the podcast, so many people. Like I said, he got live music. Like he's gonna have people singing, rapping, doing poetry. You know what I'm saying? Like other artists. Like it's so many creatives in that one space for a couple hours that you can just grab maybe like 15 people.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely check that out and I'll take care of, man. We can go out there, meet some people.
For sure.
Yeah. You know, it's like, what are some of your favorite artists? Like, I know like the famous are like what's the Mona Lisa guy?
my favorite artist, I would have to say is like Basquiat.
Basquiat.
Mm-hmm. And you've seen his work. If you ever seen like The Crown, you know, like the Brooklyn Nets.
Yes.
Their floor and those black jerseys with the blue, red, and yellow. It was all inspired by his work.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, actually, let me. Basquiat. I'm just curious of what his art looks like.
When you look it up, you'll see like, okay.
Let's see.
Yep.
Him, right?
Yep.
Huh.
You ever seen like this one right here was like the highest selling.
This one or the
one to the right of it. It was like the highest selling auctioned off painting ever.
Really?
Yeah, but the sad part is like it's how he died. You know what I mean?
How long ago did he die?
That was a while ago. I don't know the exact date.
What do you think made that painting like so like iconic though?
I think because nobody like it was no real record of it. Like nobody really knew where it was, and then it just kind of popped up. I don't really remember the exact number of what it was, but it was something crazy. But like, if you listen to like a lot of rap music, he's definitely inspired a lot of like artists. Like the first one that come off my head is like J. Cole and Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Even like the way that they freeformed their hair, it was kind of based off that. And even in their lyrics, they say like, "I'm the modern day Basquiat." Like,
oh, that's fine.
Like now that you heard his name. Listen to your music, you'll hear it a lot more.
You know, how do you feel about like? Did you ever see the auction where they sold a painting? I think for like $210 million. It was like I forget. It was like a picture of Queen, but like it was like the highest selling picture ever, painting ever. What, like, would you like? Do you think all those paintings are like they're actually selling for the art, or is like just to launder money? Have you ever thought about that? Like, art is just a way to launder money?
Yeah, no, for sure. That's definitely a thing. Like, that's definitely like a conversation in the art world where it's like, because you're doing everything in cash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's a great way to launder money. If that's something that you're interested in, hit me up. Hit me up. I got some paintings for you. But, yeah, no, I don't know. Like, the art world is crazy, man. Like I don't know if you ever heard this story. It was like a guy, a museum commissioned him to do like 6 or 7 paintings or something. They gave him like, again, I don't remember the number. It was something crazy. Let's just say like 200,000.
Okay.
Cool. he took all blank canvas and sent it back to the museum. And he said the title of the exhibit was "Take the Money and Run." But they paid him up front. And he sent these people all blank canvas.
And that was art?
I just seen they suing him now, but I seen this story like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. But I just seen something where they were saying like he was getting sued. I don't know. Like I ain't dig that deep into it, but he sent them blank canvas.
Damn, you know, art is so like, I mean, art has always been a weird thing. It's just a creative thing. But like nowadays, there's like people like doing the weirdest things. Like there's someone that like would put like paint on their feet, jump onto it, and land, and then go sell that painting to people that are watching it live. It's things like that. It's weird.
I don't know. Yeah, like the weirdest one that I've seen was like this dude had this girl like upside down, and he dipped her hair in like paint, and he like spun her, like he like swung her around on the rope, and like the paint from her hair was just dripping on the canvas that's on the floor. It's like that's money laundering. Something like that. Has to be, something like that is like, okay, what are we doing here?
Is that, would you consider, is that art in your eyes, or you think it's like people are just not putting in the effort?
I don't know who that artist was, but I would say like that's when it comes down to a point in time where it's like you just love this artist. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just buying from this artist. Like I don't know. I don't think that I'm gonna go down that road of doing that. If you see me doing something crazy like that, come check on me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like check on me, make sure I'm all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know, you were talking about art museums earlier. Do you ever like? What's like some of the best art museums you've been to?
I haven't been to too many,
really?
Honestly. Yeah, like I frequent like the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts.
I
like going in there, but I don't know. I guess when they bring in new exhibits just to see like different styles. But again, like I don't really see too many like representations of people who's doing art the way that I do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like when I'm in there, I may look at like walking around, I may see like the way somebody painted a house. I might like that. I'm like, all right, let me do something similar. Or I might see like color schemes.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Just small things like that I can pick up and take back and make my own. But
you think moving, like not moving, but like staying out of state in between different places, like opens door opportunities in your eyes? Like you just run into different things instead of seeing the same street every day.
Yeah, for sure. It like it just makes you think a little different. Like the first time I went to the West Coast, because I'm like driving.
Yeah.
Like the first time I drove to the West Coast, once it hit a point where I didn't see like trees up and down the highway, I'm like, all right, you know, I never seen this.
Yeah.
Then you start seeing the mountains. Like first it's flat. It's like, what the hell? Then you see the mountains. You know what I'm saying? Then like the one that got me is when I was in Arizona. It was like 98 degrees, and I drove up the highway for like 30 minutes, and it was snow on the mountains. You know what I'm saying? It's like
in Arizona?
Exactly.
Damn.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like you never think of something like that, but like that'll spark something in your brain. You know what I'm saying? Like I can mix snow and heat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like small things like that. So yeah, like being on the road definitely helps with the creative process.
Have you ever used like work as an opportunity to go to like an art museum out of state when you're out of town?
I tried. It didn't line up. Like I had a show in like Florida. But my job was like, it's so all over the place. Like it lined up perfectly, but when it was time to go to Florida, I had to go elsewhere, so I didn't end up making it. Yeah, so.
Like about like, let's just say 5 years from now, what do you think your paintings or like your artistic ways will be?
5 years from now, I'll say I'll probably be less on like the pop-up shops and stuff like that, more like galleries, maybe hosting my own galleries, creating a space for other artists to like up-and-coming artists to come and display their artwork in front of a crowd that I've already gained.
Yeah.
Hosting more like events, like I said, the painting sips, the puff and paint, stuff like that. Just like on the back end and just, you know what I'm saying? You know, hitting the big bucks for the paintings.
Yeah. You know how you say you want to brand the eyes? How would you brand like maybe the name of your art? Would it be by your name? Would it be a certain name?
Erveyes. So,
Erveyes.
Yeah,
okay.
Erveyes is like the brand.
Okay.
And we're just gonna run with it. And like the best part about it is like even with these ones like this, Everybody's like, what the Irv stand for? It's like,
yeah. In reality, it's your name though, right? You just gave it that meaning, or
yeah.
okay,
Like Irvin is my last name.
Okay.
But, you know, people call me Irv. So I just took it and ran with it. But sometimes doing paintings like that, I can switch up the meaning. Like for that one, with like the series, I said like, are you better than Irv? The Irv is gonna be everyone remembers victories. You know what I'm saying? Then I have one that's like ethics, respect, and values. You know what I'm saying? It can mean whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever at that time frame. And I feel like that helps with the branding portion as well, because it can mean something different for everybody who gets one. You know what I mean?
It's all about perception, right? That makes sense. That's one thing that I really picked up on, because I brought on somebody. His name is Jamel. He's a director. Man, he was telling me about how like the way he directs, it's all about how people portray it, and he tries to give it like different. It's an art. Art is art.
It is, because like if I had a different painting and I set it on the table and had everybody in here write down what it means, nobody's would be the exact same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've had like a memorable experiences. I had a painting that I did like after like a run-in with like the police. It was like a crazy run-in. So it was like dark. The painting's like dark. And somebody came to buy it, and he had a completely different meaning for it. It was nowhere near the purpose. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think? Like, what was his like meaning?
I don't remember exactly like what his meaning was, and like normally I would just like, all right, cool. You want to buy it, you can buy it, but like I couldn't. Like in that was one of the paintings that had like substance to it. Yeah. But I just had to tell him. I was like, this is not that. I told him exactly what it was, and he was like, yeah, never mind. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I was fine with that. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the paintings carry energy. You know what I'm saying? And the energy that was put on that canvas was not happy-go-lucky the way that he was portraying it. And I'm like, I wouldn't have felt comfortable with him having that. You know what I'm saying?
You know, do you think it's not really art if, like you said, like we were all get a piece of paper, let's just say we all wrote down the same thing. It's not really art.
No, it's still art. I would just say like, if it was mine and I put it down and everybody wrote the same thing, I would paint over top of it right then and there. Like I would add layers to it. And like, I don't, like me personally, I don't want you to look at my painting and know exactly what's going on. Cause like, you don't think like me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't there in the process of me creating it. So I don't fully expect you to look at it and get everything from it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I appreciate when people actually take the time to tell me their thoughts and feelings and like the emotions that they get from the painting, because it's like it makes me look at it from a different perspective. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
What do you think is like the biggest lesson you've learned painting?
Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like stick to the lane that you're in. Don't try to like conform, because like if I wanted to, I could just do portraits. Yeah. I could just do Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, popular, you know what I'm saying, cartoon characters, and sell those because people will buy them left and right. But I wouldn't feel comfortable as an artist, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like I'm selling myself short, and I'm selling you short because I'm just painting for your money. You know what I'm saying? Like I would say paint. I guess the biggest lesson would be like paint from emotions and feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like however you feel, put that on the canvas, and your crowd will come. You know what I'm saying?
What about your life? Would you say that's also like one of the biggest lessons you learned in your life?
For sure. I feel like they go hand in hand. Like if you're not living in your own purpose, what are you doing? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like how you said, like if I had like, I guess dreams of going to the league, it's like you do, but then like at a certain point, it kind of feels like you living out other people's dreams if that's not something that you're really ready to go for. So I feel like once you find your lane and your purpose in life, you gotta step 10 toes with it, or you're cheating yourself.
Yeah. What advice would you give to like other painters that want to like monetize their art? How do you think you should recommend them to go about that?
It's a bunch of different ways. Yeah. Like what I've noticed is a lot of people pick one lane and stick to like that lane. They don't like venture off. So like if you have people that they set up a website and they just sell off their site, that's one way of doing it. Mm-hmm. You can use Instagram. Instagram's a great tool because people on every single day, all day. You got more like in-person, hand-to-hand sales, doing pop-up shops. I would say do everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like don't limit yourself. If there's an opportunity for you to get out and just put your art in front of people, do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't go and expect to sell out everything everywhere, because, you know, you can go into a place where nobody's looking for the type of art that you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just, are you getting this feedback? So I would say just put your artwork out as much as you possibly can in front of as many eyes as you can, and go from there.
You know, what is like a mistake you would say you made in the whole painting journey? Like, maybe you said like, man, I shouldn't have done that, or I should have done it different. Has there like a certain mistake that you think you've made?
Yeah, I feel like, and I kind of like teeter back and forth with it. Like, so many paintings, like doing so many and putting so many paintings out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of, I feel like sometimes it'll feel as if like you're watering it down to the audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I show you this painting on Monday, and then this one on Tuesday, and then another one on Wednesday, third, you know what I'm saying? Every day it's like, all right, you're not really, the anticipation for the paintings isn't as big. So what I started doing was like, I'll post a painting, or I'll post like me painting it, like a time lapse or something, so you kind of see what I'm doing. Then I'll post a painting, and then like another video or something, and then I'll do it for the next one, like real painting in that order, like that. But then at the same time, it's like, if I'm painting this many paintings.
Yeah, so you got to roll them out as they go, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or they get lost. Like, there's so many paintings that I've sold that I've never posted on my page, or I don't have pictures of, or something like that. And it's like, I'd rather have it on the page so you can look, like when you look my name up or you look up the brand or the art page or whatever, you can see everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, I feel like it's a mistake, but at the same time, I feel like, why not have as many options? You know what I'm saying? Like, you may flip through 25 paintings, and the 26th one is the one that you'll like. But if I'm not putting them all out, you won't see that painting. You know what I'm saying? So, you
know, have your paintings ever made like a news article or like a media page, and they've given you credit for it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Will at the center. Yeah, when he first opened, it was like what was it? It was like a Times Weekly or Richmond Times. Something like that. It was like 2 or 3. He was getting a lot of coverage, but shout out to Will. He was like giving me credit. Yeah. So whenever he was doing like his interviews and stuff, he was telling them it was me. Like, it was my art in the background, and like for the pictures that he was taking for the page or for the center, he was doing them in front of like my paintings, and like making a actual like effort to like let me know like, yo, I'm trying to get your paintings behind me. I'm gonna try to, you know what I'm saying? So that was cool. Shout out to him. For sure.
That's fire. You know,
you got to get him on here.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'll probably hit him up sometime and have it on here. I know he's probably busy, but like, I'll definitely like.
And I'll put the word in. Like I said, I'm going out there Friday.
I
actually was texting him before I came on. And I hit him up, and I definitely put the word in.
Yeah.
You're a cool dude.
Yeah, you know, I really appreciate that. And like, I would really take time out of my way to go out there and do that if I had it already like scheduled with somebody on that day.
Yeah, I mean, it's no big. It's like I said, it's every Friday. Or the first Friday.
I'll definitely take time out of my day to go out there.
For sure.
You know, it's like, I always ask, like, one of the last questions I always ask, sometimes the same, sometimes different. It could be a funny question or, like, a question that gets people thinking. But if you could, like, go back in time and have a cup of coffee with anybody in history, who would it be and why?
That's a tough one. If I can go back in time with anybody, I would say, I feel like the like cliche answer is to go with like a freedom fighter or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a political leader or something. But I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
If I just had to throw one out, I would say like,
it's a hard question.
It is a very hard, because it's like, who do I want to talk to that much? I would go like far back and pick like a pharaoh or something, like you know what I'm saying? Like somebody from Egypt, somebody who was building pyramid, or somebody that they had a pyramid made out to ask them like, how did y'all make these? How did you get so many people?
What are your thoughts on the pyramid? You think that people made them or aliens?
Aliens. That's what I was going to say. Like I would want to know, like, how did you convince all these people to lift these? You know what I'm saying? To build the pyramids. I personally feel like I don't think it was aliens.
Okay.
I don't think it was aliens. I think it was people. I just don't understand how they did it. So I would love to sit down with, even if it wasn't like a pharaoh or whatever, somebody from that camp that was building the pyramids. That's who I would want to sit down and have a coffee with to ask them how do they make those pyramids.
That's a good answer though.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, it's no way that in 2023 with all this technology they don't know how they were made or they don't know how to replicate them. To like even like the small like details about like you ever heard of this like energy sources inside?
And it's aligned perfectly with like the way the
stars,
sun, I think.
the stars, the sun. Like, who did this? How did y'all do this? You know what I'm saying? So that's my answer.
No, that's a good answer.
Somebody from that camp that was building pyramids.
Yeah,
I would love to sit down and have a cup of coffee with them.
That's a good answer. The generic answer like George Washington.
Yeah, you know,
like
I was thinking like Malcolm X, but I'm like, nah, I can watch his documentaries. Yeah. I want to know, how did y'all make these pyramids? So whoever was back then, I would sit down with them. You know, who do you think made them?
Ooh, that's hard because I don't know. It's like because I just think it's too perfect.
Exactly. But even when you like everything from back then, was like everything was aligned with the stars.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
and I wonder,
somebody knew something.
I wonder how they did that because even nowadays. Even with technology, that's something that you can't just easily do.
Exactly. But, like, not to go, like, too far off, but, like, even the way that, like, certain cities and the landmarks and stuff in the cities are, like, are placed is kind of based off the mathematics and stuff that they used back then to place pyramids and stuff like that. Like, Washington, D.C. is a good example. If you ever, like, get up there to, like, read some of the signs of how the streets are, like, it's a grid.
Really?
Yeah. So, like, their monuments are placed in, like, energy centers types.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, same with, like, the pyramids. You know what I'm saying? So, like, somebody knows something. They just keep the information from us. You know what I'm saying?
They're definitely gatekeepers.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no way.
Yeah. But, I don't know. That's who I would sit down with, though.
Yeah, you know, is there maybe something that I didn't bring up or something you want to talk about that I didn't bring up?
The main thing that I wanted to talk about, like, was the series. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get that rolled out. I don't know exactly when.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a bunch of different activities. I'm gonna do. It's about to get cold, so I think all can be inside. Maybe like bowling for sure. Maybe like a 3-point shootout, putt.
Yeah.
All type of like fun stuff that nobody can beat me in. And other than that, I'm also gonna start hosting like painting sips.
Okay.
And puffing paints. So
what is a puffing paint?
You can come same concept as like sipping paint, but you can smoke.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
So that come and smoke paint. I'll have like pre-made canvas. Just come and enjoy it.
Oh,
got some good vibes. Listen to some good music.
I definitely see that going somewhere because like I said, that's something I don't think anybody else is doing it.
I hosted. Well, I like co-hosted one for 420.
Really?
Yeah, and like that was the same thing I said. I was like, everybody does paint and sip. Puffing paint is not one of those things that's like broadcast openly in public spaces. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like it's a lane for it, and I feel like the two things go hand in hand. Like,
yeah, it's like gets you like in your mind a lot, gets you thinking more.
Exactly.
What is that? Those are one of the things that like you gotta get on it before somebody else does, because like you're creating the wave, you're not joining a wave.
Yeah, I mean it's already rolling.
Really,
it's just not, like I said, it's not public.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. It's not like, I don't know too many people in the city. Like, it could very well be people in the city that's doing it already, but I don't know too many that are. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like sometime next month is what I'm shooting for. But yeah. I'll let you know if you want to, roll through.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
sure. That big caravan will pull up.
Yeah, pull up.
Yeah.
Pull up.
Well, I appreciate you a lot for coming on. Like,
yes, sir.
It means a lot. Like, people take time out of the day to come, sit here, have a good time. But like I said, I appreciate you a lot.
For sure. I appreciate you for having me on.
Yes, sir. And I'll leave the link in the bio to your art page, your personal page. If people want to inquire for paintings and stuff, then they can do that there, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, yeah. I appreciate you guys for watching. Later.
Yes, sir.